Hey, everybody, I've got something really special for you today. I want to check out a band called We Lost the Sea. It's perfect for you.
Ah, she's like singing out of my soul. Sometimes we get lost in our own little world, but it's all so much bigger than we realize.
And a song titled A Gallant Gentleman. Now, there's a really cool backstory to this. Shout out today goes to my patron and supporter, Lurch. Thank you for this suggestion, for your suggestion via donation. So what I'm told about this song, about this track is, so the band We Lost the Sea is a band from Sydney, Australia. So we're headed to Australia today in our exploration of world music. And they're considered part of the post-rock genre. This song, the Gallant Gentleman, is the opening track to their album called Departure Songs. And the album is almost all instrumental except for some vocalization by the background choir. And they had a singer prior to this album. His name was Chris Torpy, who committed suicide. And so this album was written as a tribute to him and a way of processing. So this whole album deals with death, with loss. The song, The Gallant Gentleman, is based on the story of Captain Lawrence Oates, a member of the British military who participated in an expedition to the South Pole in 1912. When they were returning, they experienced hardships, and Captain Oates, particularly, was struggling with frostbite, unable to move very far or fast. And he knew he was holding them up, but they didn't want to leave him behind. So one night he went into the middle of a severe blizzard, let them know, I'm just going outside, it may be some time, and his body was never found. So they erected a monument which stated, "Hereabouts died a very gallant gentleman, Captain L.E.G. Oates of the Inniskilling Dragoons. In March 1912, returning from the pole, he walked willingly to his death in a blizzard to try and save his comrades beset by hardships." And this song is special for many reasons because it deals with such a hero who didn't want to be the demise of his comrades and who walked into his death so he wouldn't hold them back. But it is also my understanding that this song is special to Lurch, particularly because of the loss of his brother from cancer in 2016. I'm very sorry for your loss, Lurch. And I think many of you know what that's like to lose a loved one and to miss someone, to have to work through death and grief and deal with that. So I'm excited to check this out with you. It sounds to me like even this background story is a very profound one. So let's check it out. We Lost the Sea, A Gallant Gentleman. This is live at Studios 301. And this video was put out 8 years ago, over 1 million views, 1.4 million views. I love how it's set up in black and white. The echo is beautiful. I'm getting shivers somehow. There's something sombering and reverent. I love that. like that parallel build up here. The keys and the contrast with the electric guitar. I like that. Oh, I got goosebumps. Note that distortion and the feedback fading into the choir vocalizing. Oh, the choir. Watch what they're doing with their voices simultaneously. You guys, I am so fortunate. I am so blessed. I get to keep experiencing this beauty with you guys. Music is this universal language that transcends time and space and people and stories. It's wow. You know, thank you, Lurch, for sharing this. Thank you for sharing also the background of this story. History to me is beautiful. And for those of you who are and history buffs and who appreciate history, you may understand or empathize with what I mean by that. There's something so powerful about imagining what it was like a long time ago or who walked this place, just pondering history and reflecting on who may have sat here or moved about this place hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, 1,000 years ago, just reflecting on what happened before or reflecting on those who have come and gone, who've left a legacy, who we now speak of in books and who have engraved themselves into monuments and in stone. It's powerful to see how people have evolved and the things that have happened and the stories and the people that have walked the earth a long time ago. History is fascinating, okay? So even hearing here about Captain Oates and thinking, if you could only see that there is a song that is dedicated to him, if you will, or not so much dedicated to him, but about the sacrifice that he made. He's not here to see, he's not here to tell a story, but his story is told. And I think psychologically, when we see something like that happen, it resonates with us. There's something so powerful about recognizing, wow, these people were real people that lived life and they somehow went into history, leaving a mark. I wonder if sometimes that strikes some of us the way it does because we want the same. We want to either leave a legacy, we want to bring some type of meaning to this world. We wish we could down and we wish we could go down in history in the history books as having accomplished something great. I wonder if that taps into some of our existential questions and the things that we try to grasp when we see someone else whose story has impacted so many to the point of us hundreds of years later speaking about it. So that's fascinating from a psychological standpoint. It makes me also think, man, this was a real person, a captain who faced death, right? We may romanticize it and go, oh, let's put it in a movie, let's make a painting, let's make a song of it. Wow, how amazing. But let's feel with that person for a second. Let's try to get into that mindset of this man, Captain Oates, who did not want to leave his comrades behind. Sure, it's heroic to not want to bring his comrades down, to not want them to meet their death because they're not willing to leave him behind and now they're all stuck in the blizzard. But for him to reach that point of saying, I've accepted my fate. He must have gone through all the stages of grief that night: anger, denial, hopefully trying to negotiate his way out of the situation, hoping there's another solution to then eventually reach perhaps acceptance. Perhaps, maybe he never reached that stage and he just went out in the heat of a moment of despair. I don't know. I wasn't there. But wondering what he felt, what he experienced before he made that decision to go out into that blizzard to face his death, knowing he would never go home, knowing he would never live past this day, walking into that blizzard, maybe a glimmer of hope still inside of him that a miracle might happen. But knowing if he walks out of that tent and he walks into that blizzard, that's his end. Doing so out of love. There's a verse that says, no greater love has he than he who lays down his life for his friends. And I think, regardless of your religious affiliation, even in movies or in books or in music or poetry, when we see someone willing to sacrifice themselves for their friends, that is a type of love that is unlike anything else, because death is that ultimate step. You can't give your friend any more than your life. And just putting ourselves in the mindset of this captain, and then the feelings that his comrades must have felt when they couldn't find him, that maybe were their children, a wife that he left behind, when they were informed that their father, their husband, would never return home, lost somewhere, a body that can never be found. That too brings up a whole lot of grief when you can't find the body. But let's make it a little more personal. This whole album deals with death, and my heart goes out to anyone who has lost someone dear. I could see this song being so profound because music speaks, even when there are no lyrics, it speaks in a way that nothing else can. I love how these hooks were looping and kept repeating at first. And I love how this crescendo built, going from the electric guitar and that echo to the piano coming in and playing a simultaneous melody. That I could interpret as maybe what was happening, both the captain facing his death and the comrades who survived because of it. These two parallel stories happening, those who survive and the one who dies. I could see that as grief, right? The way that grief works, there's elements of hope perhaps in the afterlife, hope in the fact that this was a heroic act, comfort in the face of grief. But then there's also grief and tragedy. A lot of things in life are happening simultaneously. And so I love how this composition was set up in such a way where the electric guitar was flowing alongside what the piano was contributing. And then how the crescendo came in when the drums kicked in. To me, the whole time, and perhaps this was influenced because the band is called We Lost the Sea, but the whole time I was also thinking of water and being lost at sea and the drama of a storm. That works with a blizzard too, right? The storm, the wind, this brutality of the ice cold, that crescendo of the drums bringing in a lot of that fierceness, the grief, the drama, the intensity of the sacrifice of the captain. But also for many of us who may hear this and relate it to our own personal loss, the questions we have when someone we love dies, not being able to ever get them back, wondering where they've gone, that deep, deep pain when you lose somebody, right? This composition communicated so well what life is, the beauty, the drama, the intensity, the power, and the force. And then when the choir came in, that was a beautiful element that added so much color and dynamics. And the way that the vocals were singing, also again parallel, but singing different notes. One of them, ah, and then the others were singing, ah, and that was beautifully happening simultaneously. And that too created this feeling of waves for me. But I suppose maybe because this is based on that blizzard, we could imagine it also as the snow, the waves of snow and the wind and the intensity of trying to find the body, never finding him. This song embodied to me deep grief and deep, deep emotions, but yet some type of hope, some type of comfort, like a balm washing over you. And I think that's what makes it so powerful to think when you've experienced grief, when you've lost someone, this song can be your way of processing that deep pain and yet it washing over us like therapy to release some of that severe distress. This was powerful. Lurch, thank you so much for this suggestion. I do think I have to listen to the rest of this. There was something about this composition that also made me think of Thrice and some of their work. Let me look up a little bit. We Lost the Sea. We Lost the Sea. Let me look up some of their information. So it looks like they are a band. Mark and Nathaniel started We Lost the Sea in a crappy rehearsal room. What do we have here? WeLostTheSea.com. Let's go to their website and see what we can find. An instrumental band from Sydney, Australia, formed by friends from multiple bands that have had dissolved in 2007. Okay, that's dope. Let's see here. They got some headliners coming. Look at some of the photos. New music that's coming out. This is amazing. Oh, I would love to get in touch with these guys. All right, if you guys are seeing this, We Lost the Sea, comment below, and I'll try to, well, maybe we can connect. They are amazing. Okay, they go abbreviate themselves by WLTS. That's pretty cool. The Complete Departure song artwork. Oh, let me see that. Departure Songs is that that album, the song that we just listened to. This is dope. And then they got their Instagram feed. Dang, they have some dope images here. I love the brand and their... Oh, we got some merch up in here. Let's check this out. Ooh, I love that hand reaching down. Oh, I would rock a shirt like that. Okay, look at this. This must be the Gallant gentleman. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, check this out. Oh, this is so beautiful. Look at this. I wish I could zoom in. It's not... Yes, there we go. Look, the captain going into the blizzard. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this artwork. The blizzard, him leaving his tent, and then here, look at this silhouette or this ghost made up of snow. Perhaps his body leaving him because he's dying, and him hunched over here in the snow, facing his death. This is beautiful. Okay, I need to check out the rest of their work because I think each one of these pictures is going to make more sense with each composition. Look at their artwork. This is amazing. Okay, you guys, go subscribe. Go subscribe to We Lost the Sea. I'm going to do that right now. Check it out. Subscribe. Bing. All the colors. We Lost the Sea. Go subscribe to their channel, you guys. I need to check out the rest of their album. What do you think? Comment below. Let me know what you think about this track. And I will see you on the next ride. Ayo!